Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, going to be a Ghoster Gamers replay here on Katrina between Sasin and Invade. It's going to be a PvP. It's Gosu for some reason, I don't know why, but let's go ahead and figure it out together, shall we? Left side, we've got a yellow Protoss player, Sasin. We've cast a few of his games on the channel already. And on the right side, we have Invade, a purple Protoss player. I don't think I've ever cast this player, but apparently you can give Sasin everything he can handle because this is a long macro game here on Katrina. Let's see here. What is special about Katrina? Oh, so it's a big middle space with ramps leading into it. And why? Okay. Maybe to like put tanks or dragoons down on the low ground and harass these mining expansions? And let's see. Yeah, the Kakaru hallucination disappeared as usual. Man, this is kind of a weird map, isn't it? Okay, so where is your natural? Wow. It's a big wide ramp leading into your main base. And all right. So a protected natural, at least from land attacks. So you're trading off a super wide entry ramp right into your main base for a protected natural. No wonder we have not seen this map on the channel, I don't feel like. Anywho, this is a two-player map. I think it is. I think it is based on what we're looking at here. Although this could be... No, this looks like a spawn location too. 4-player map, there's your second base, and yeah, same setup. You have this little power generator in this area, which I don't know what this helps you with exactly. Like, why is there a power generator inside your base? I guess it helps you. I guess it helps you wall off is the whole idea here, right? So look what we're doing here: gateway, walling off. Okay, fair enough. It's for wall off help. Which again, you don't want to wall this off. You want to wall this off, and the power generator helps you with it. Interesting. Very interesting map. You got these little minerals only expansions, a couple of those, but a lot of places to go if you want additional gas on this map. So, very cool stuff. So, 2-gate opening. No gas taken yet by Sasin. And same thing over here. 2-gate opening, no gas taken here. Intriguing. So, are neither of these players interested in going for Dragoons at this point? I guess not. Maybe they know each other's builds. Invade's like, have we expanded yet? No. And same thing here from Sasin. He's like, has Invade expanded yet? And the answer is no, but there are probes kind of lurking around this area, so we're going to try to block off the attempt to expand, but nope, Sasin gets his down. And let's see if... trying to block it. Oh, throws down the blocking pylon. What a meanie head. Can the Zealot kill this before it finishes? The answer is no. No. It actually does about a little bit more DPS than the building speed of a pylon, interestingly enough. Yeah, should be able to kill it pretty quickly here. So definitely a very weird PvP to start off, mostly because it's a weird map. I think that's what's to blame here for this stage, and still nobody has gas. The backbone of PvP has been traditionally, in my experience, Dragoons, but if we're looking at just making a ton of Zealots in the early stages of this PvP, I don't know what's happening. I really don't. I've never seen a PvP where it's just like we're both going to go for Zealots and defend with Zealots. But like, what if your opponent goes for a fast gas and Cybercore and then Dragoons show up and your Zealots are garbage? I don't understand. I don't understand what we're doing here, guys. I mean, I guess here's the thing. If the other player is doing the same thing you are, then you're fine, right? If the other player is going for 2-gate Zealot production, then guess what? Your 2-gate Zealot production is great, and you'll be fine. You're not going to die. But if somebody starts making Dragoons, all that goes out the window. And Sasin is taking his assimilator. Excellent stuff. Invade, I assume, is eventually going to get there. So I don't know. So again, this is a Ghoster Gamers replay from the Ghoster Gamers replay pack that was sent to me by Lazarus many, many moons ago. I mean, 2-3 years ago at this point. I've been trying to get through it. I just kind of wanted to save them, right? I didn't want to just blow through the Gosu game. I wanted to sprinkle them throughout my channel over the course of some time, and that's what I've done. So Gosu just implies that it's a great player, or a great play as well. I think some people will disagree with that definition, but you know what? That's what we're using here for the Ghoster Gamers replay pack. So we'll see scout usage sometimes. We'll see a game that goes down to the wire. Sometimes it's going to be a Protoss player who gets their own personal Terran army or personal Zerg army to help them fight in a game. the Ghoster Gamer replay pack can be very interesting indeed, for many different reasons. So, if this turns into like a weird carrier versus carrier thing in PvP, that'd be interesting in Gosu. If it just turns into a crazy base race, that'd be interesting too. And here we go. So Invade decides to, he's like, all right, look, you're going to go for gas. My Zealot count is not going to be higher necessarily, but able to get some pressure up on you. Yeah, this is, what? Like, what is this? Just holding the line with Zealots. Ooh, this guy's outside. Ooh, he gets backed out. So no Zealots have died yet because it's Zealot versus Zealot. Like, Zealot versus Zealot should not result in Zealot deaths, really. Especially if there's a wall being defended. Set it a little bit doing on the way from Sasin. Finally get his Cyber Core as Invade. He's still... Oh, wait, no, he's got his gas and his natural. Oh, gonna focus down a gateway. Oh, man, more Zealots coming in. What I'm talking about. Invade gets more. He kills his own power generator to be able to come around the outside. Now it's just literally Zealot versus Zealot action here. A Dragoon does show up for Sasin. Gonna be able to assist quite a bit here, and it looks like it's gonna be held by Sasin pretty ably, right? He's got about 5 Zealots and the Dragoon left over. A couple Zealots joining the party decide not to. These 2 Zealots decide not to join the party either. And yeah, like I said, gas being taken, Cybernetics core here. Citadel of Adun on the way, but it's late, and Citadel is done for Sasin. So additional gateways coming in here, and another pylon to help power those. This probe not going to work, but you know what? There's been a lot of things to pay attention to thus far, and I think Sasin will get here eventually. I mean, even if it's Bisu, sometimes you see idle probes that have come out of a Nexus and not been put onto the minerals yet. Yeah, a couple here too. There you go. Get them to work, Sasin. You can do this. Templar Archives on the way. Zealot Legs coming in from Sasin. Can do all this stuff because he got his gas early, and there was an attempt to kill him by Invade, but he's able to hold it off. His wall was nice. His micro was good enough. And he did it. Templar Archives coming in here too. Archons are a big part of PvP. Reavers are a huge part of PvP. Drops are a big part of PvP. Reaver drops, storm drops. Dropping your opponent is pretty much traditional in this matchup, and storming your opponent's army as well is very good. So High Templar are going to be a big part of this. DTs. I forgot about DTs, but DTs are going to be part of this too in this game, PvP. They do show up. And they show up in all matchups. We used to see DTs against Protoss, Zerg, and Terran opponents. Not all the time, but enough to where they're fairly normal. They're not too crazy out there weird. Right, Storm's on the way from Sasin. Probe out here to see if any army's going to move out, and there's a probe moving out, so that probably is a third base probe, would be my guess. Expanding here, maybe? This is maybe traditionally a third base location, which is why there is a probe here. The probe can see the DT kind of rippling, right? The ripple effect, but can't see them directly because it doesn't have detection. So do we have cannons coming up? We do? Okay, so that should really be enough to deal with any kind of DT harassment is having a cannon, especially behind other stuff where the DT can't just jump on it, and then army nearby? Yep, that's just not happening. So DT is not happening. The rest of the army moving out, though, and there are two Dragoons. 2 Dragoons for Sasin, 2 Dragoons for Invade. Nobody has any upgrades yet, because upgrades don't seem to be a huge priority in PvP like they are in other matchups. The DT is going to wander in. They're going to take some hits, and they're going to run away. Ready for it? There you go. Take a hit, run away. I thought it'd be at least 2 hits, but it wasn't. Too smart for that, Sasin was. And yeah, going to set up the third base here, which is just very close to your front door, right? And it has gas, which is always nice to have in a third base. And Sasin throwing up a pylon on this location to see if maybe there's going to... Actually, he's got vision in some pretty nice places to see if the third base timing for Invade. Oh, DTs for Invade are here. They're going to kill a pylon. Hey, great victory. Great victory. Killing a pylon. Good stuff. Really, really good stuff. So it is 99 to 88 supply. Sasin has a lead, but he is supply blocked just for a minute here. And by that, I mean he's making 2 pylons. Muy excelente. Observatory coming in. Blah, 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 blah. Gateway. DT's trying to sneak in, but again, the presence of a single cannon preventing that from happening. We're attacking our own power generator. That's my least favorite thing in casting StarCraft, is when I hear Dragoons shooting at something from the distance, right? Like here. And you're like, what's attacking what? And I'm looking for purple next to yellow on the minimap. Where could it possibly be? And then you're attacking your own stuff so you can get out. And I'm like, not an engagement at all. You have tricked me. I have been bamboozled. Oh, how the crap did this guy get in here? How, what? What? I guess he ran past the cannon, somehow got past this army, ran past probably through here, maybe took a couple hits, and then made it all the way down here where there was another cannon, and that was it. This is very strange. Very strange stuff. So third base for Sasin coming up here. Invade not really interested in said third base. But there are shuttles on the way from Sasin and Invade. Power generator up this way for this 12 o'clock spawn location. I don't know if Sasin wants to expand here or what. Is it Sasin or Sasin? Sasin sounds non-English, and Sasin sounds English. Are we going to assume these players are English-speaking natively? I doubt it. I'm going to say I doubt it based on their names here, but I don't know. That's the thing. The Korean players take English names as their player names. Sometimes, like Flash. Flash is English. Is he a native English speaker? No. So impossible to know if Invade, whoever Invade happens to be. I guess we could Google it. But sometimes that's another problem, is Googling a random English word and Brood War next to it doesn't really give us what we're looking for. So I'm going to do that real quick, as long as we're just hanging out, I guess. La 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 la. Invade Brood War. Ah! We moving? Sort of? Kind of? See, and then it's like, yes, Brood War conflict, says Google. Damage type. Yeah, there's nothing about Invade on the internet. Alright, well, big attack coming into this third base attempt by Invade. That's not going to happen. That's a cancel Nexus for sure. This is really bad for Invade. The scene really looks like he is having a great time. Good cannon placement, though. Shuttle taking some hits for sure. Storm drop! Oh my gosh, that was brutal. Absolutely brutal storm drop. There's a ton of workers up there, though. Let's see if this Archon can finish summoning, and maybe we'll get the combined kill. Oh, I don't know if it is, actually. Oh, yeah, 11 kills. So 11 probes go down to those 2 High Templar. Man, all right, that was pretty good. But, I mean, look, Invade still has 54 probes. He has so many workers that he was planning on transferring to the third base. I assume the third base is not happening. So Sasin's third base doing what it's doing, providing some extra income and a huge advantage for him over what Invade is trying to do, because that's how PvP works. That's how mirror matchups work in general. If somebody has more bases than you, it's just a disadvantage flat out. Flat out disadvantage. Unlike other matchups where, like in TVZ, if the Zerg player has an extra base on the Terran, it means they're even. Generally, right? In this situation, these High Templar are stuck on this bridge, or this ledge. You have a shuttle. Like, you don't want to manually shuttle these guys. Bring the whole army back to kill these. Alright, I guess we brought the whole army back to kill those. That did buy enough time, I think, for Invade to expand here. But, I mean, he's got army defending it this time. His army's in a much better position to handle some kind of an attack on the third than it was the first time around, where there was nobody in the general area to help with that. That is something defending bases amply difficult. Was that a High Templar? It was a High Templar drop that I totally missed. But Sasin still has 54 workers, so I'm going to say maybe the probe pool was perfect there. I don't know. I don't rightly know. Storm! Get the observer so the DTs are more effective. Oh, that's just a beautiful blanket storm there for sure. Storm up. Get them. Oh, that's, I mean, there are no storms. Oh, there we go. Now there's storms going the other way. I was going to say, Invade. Where is your storm? Oh my god, so much psionic storm. Cloudy with a chance of all of the psionic storms here at 14 minutes. And it's 127 and 114 supply. Sasin still has a lead. He's got more workers too. What the heck did I miss? I missed something, that's for sure. Because Invade's down to 41 probes all of a sudden. Probes transferring down here. Oh, I'm gonna look. I gotta look and see what that was. Let's go to 1335. Speed up, speed up, speed up, speed up, speed up. Yeah, it's got 58 workers here. What? 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 It's gotta be here, doesn't it? Ah, it's this shuttle. I saw the Zealot, and I saw the probe, and I was looking at all that stuff in that area, and I totally missed this shuttle. So this engagement happens, and there's a ton of storm back and forth, and nobody really gets the upper hand, but Sasin has to retreat anyway. And then while that's happening, Sasin, master of the multitasking right now, is able to get a shuttle in, slowly unload 2 High Templar, 3 High Templar, and then take it from 59 to about 40 workers. 20 workers die there real fast. And that Archon I don't think is coming out. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so Sasin doesn't win the battle, but he does take down a ton of Invade's economy with that. Absolutely brutalizing it. And the counterattack here from Invade really shouldn't be able to do much. I mean, that +2 attack is actually done for the gateway units for Sasin, and only +1 for Invade right now. So Invade's on the back foot, absolutely. He took a massive hit to his economy. He's got upgrade disadvantage. I guess Invade has a bigger army, though, based on the quick maths here, with the total army supply versus the worker supply. Probes here not going to work at the 3rd base, which is an issue, and then reprobing this natural might not be a bad idea. There's still a ton of resources back here, and getting some additional probes would not be a bad idea. 4th base on the way from Sasin. All right, so what about this game is making it Gosu? Does Sasin go for Mass Arbiter at some point? Possibly. I don't know. Let's find out together. Get it. Get the... Oh, you're not getting the right cannon. This one's smashing you in the face. Okay. Cannon's pretty good against Zealots if they don't have any armor upgrades, which they don't, because nobody does right now. Not working on them either. Just both players going for Das Attack. Is Invade trying to set up a 4th base in this location? Nobody knows. Zealot coming up from Invade does scout Sasin's attempt to set up for like a 5th. Which seems premature, and this Zealot's going to try to take it down, but these cannons are going to finish relatively soon if they don't get smashed to pieces by said Zealot, though, and coming up a ramp into Invade's area. Not exactly something you should be doing. Beautiful storms, though. I'm going to say that a lot today, I think. Both players seem very good with Psionic Storm. Oh, man. Sasin just blanketing with it, though. And that said, just enough here from Invade to generally hold on. So this base does not happen. Additional probes showing up, or Zealots showing up. Sasin trying to go for a very greedy play. Ooh. Wow. Zealots in amongst the probes at the 3rd base for Invade. And there's nothing to defend them. Oh, there we go. Army comes in to try to help. The Archon is stuck behind everybody else because he's big and fat. He's really trying to get in here and help out, but he does not get the chance to because he's basically melee with his 3 attack range. Is it 3? It's very low, is what it is. Okay, so Invade does have 4 bases, which is great. Sasin has 4 bases too, 62 to 47 workers. Sasin has the bigger probe count without a question. He's trying to transfer some probes up here because he's oversaturated everywhere else. His main base is mined out. His natural base is getting more mined out. There are more probes up here for Invade in that top right-hand corner natural base too, so that is good. Das ist gut. And Sasin goes right back up for a 5th base. Says, I think I can do this. I think the purple Invade is going to be distracted by other stuff. I'm just going to throw up a Nexus up here and hope the Protoss doesn't wander up this way and murderize it. That would be cool. And yeah, still just vision down here from Sasin. He really wants to deny any easy expansion attempts from Invade down this direction. I mean, there's a cannon here, for heaven's sakes. Seems like a reasonable approach. More DTs on the way from Sasin. Both players just kind of sitting back doing the macro stuff. I guess while we have a minute here, feel free to check out falconpaladin.store. It has merch options for Falcon Paladin merchandise. Obviously, we've got winter hats for the winter months. We have t-shirts for the summer months. We've got mugs, if you're into mugs all year round, which I'm sure you are. We have pillows and hoodies and all sorts of great stuff. We ship anywhere in the world, so check out falconpaladin.store. Maybe for your holiday shopping needs. atmospheric Protossy things. Oh, you just put a pylon here? Oh, must have denied it with the DT. Nope, Sasin killed that. Fight. I mean, it's really a one-sided fight here. Ooh, +1 armor's done for the DT. Working on shield, throwing in 10 zealots at a time, and we're maxed out. Invade's maxed out, Sasin's maxed out. Invade is actually caught up in worker count, which is awesome for him. He's taking another base here. All right, I like this quite a bit. Are we gonna see the, okay, we actually have the battle in the middle low ground here that I wasn't sure we were gonna get today, but you know what? The intent of the map maker certainly working out here today. Big fat Archons for Invade are behind everything else. Some of them are attacking, some of them can't attack. But Archons versus enemy Zealots are really good. Really, really good. And that's why you can't just go Bass Zealot against Protoss, is because Archons exist and Storm exists. That if you just try to go, you know, Dragoons and stuff, then sure, Zealots are great. But Archons, I mean, Reavers, there's a lot of good answers to Zealots for Protoss, let's just say that. And Invade coming to the south, going after the 6 o'clock base of Sasin that he's just tried to, well, it's already up and it's done, it's got cannons and stuff. But he doesn't want to get trapped. He doesn't want to attack into this, lose a bunch of stuff to Storm and cannons and stuff, and then get backstabbed by Sasin's army coming. Actually, that was just a transfer attempt, which would have run directly into these Archons, and everybody would have died. So well done having the map awareness there. Sasin to recognize there was an army down that way. Let's maybe not do that. Ooh, there's an observer scouting these guys, though. Chase them. Chase them down. Why are you going this way? What are you possibly... I guess there's a shuttle over here. Nope, there's a DT. There is a Dark Templar over here. Dark DT can't do much when there are multiple cannons at each base, so fair enough. You have the probes make a safe transfer down here. Can't slip through here, which it feels like they should be able to, but I guess there's bones in the way. And we're at 21 minutes on this game. Woo, a little bit of residual congestion here just from being sick last week, but feeling much better now, I'm sure you can tell. Sasin does have a bit of a supply disadvantage right now. He's making more High Templar. He's getting further upgrades. Upgrade check. Got 3-1-1, where attack is the highest for Sasin, and Invade's got 3-1, where attack is the highest, and that's an armor upgrade, not a shield upgrade, but he's working on his +1 shield upgrade. So again, still behind on the upgrades. It kind of does generally feel like once you're behind on the upgrades in a game, it's going to be hard to catch up or get ahead in the upgrades, because those are just obviously... You can't do anything other than click on them and tell them to go. You can't speed them up. You can't really prioritize them any more than, you know, once +2 is done, get +3 started instantaneously. But even if you do that, you're still behind the player who is ahead of you. There is a Stargate on the way from Sasin. Interesting. Maybe Arbiter. We do see Arbiter play. Stasis really good in PvP. Dang, coming up this ramp, though. Rah! Storm on everything. Archons murderizing Archons. Who will win? Probably the one with the better upgrades, which is Sasin's yellow spinny Archons here. That looks much better for Sasin on the defense here. Storm going to help bruise up these Dragoons. The Archon's going to murderize the rest of them, and Invade is in full retreat. 128 supply. He was maxed out. He was maxed out before that battle. He's all the way down to 128. Absolutely brutal engagement there. Bottom right base by Sasin coming up. Invade tries to shut it down. No. So maybe these early pylons were maybe just Sasin trying to expand down this way. I don't see why not. It's very easy to take a base and a second base on this map because, again, the 4-player nature of it, the very easy to hold natural means there's other naturals for you to take in a 2-player match. It is Arbiters. Arbiter Tribunal coming in from Sasin. Maybe some awesome recalls would be super cool. DT for Sasin's been up here forever, but gets wiped out, and Invade's going to take this. So I think we're going to split the map in half. And then what happens after that is really anybody's guess here. More Archons on the way, more Archons. Another potential engagement in the middle. Little sunken basement concept here. You ever been in a house where their living area, they've just got like a big sunken, I don't know, I think that's what it's just called, is a sunken living room where it's just lower than everything else. I think it's like a 70s, like a 60s, 70s kind of a concept. I don't think anyone ever built one of those after 1979. But if you're ever in an older American house especially, you might see those. Maybe British too. Stasis, yeah, coming in from Sasin. We do see a lot of Stasis and PvPs on the Sunday streams, which if you're missing those, you should check them out. They're really fun. Do cast some lower level games, but all, you know, some good stuff too, some professional level games in there. Additionally, we play matches together. I do cast some stuff from viewers, and sometimes in free-for-alls or in team games, you get someone going for carriers, and there's another player going for carriers, and it's like, oh, so we do get carriers in PvP sometimes. Then it comes down to Stasis. Stasis is a big, big deal against Protoss. Part of the reason we don't see carriers in PvP all that much is because there's a lot of answers for Protoss for carriers, including Scouts, Dragoons, Stasis, Psionic Storm. There's a lot of good things against them. And again, we talked about that with Zealots too. So that's why Dragoons are the backbone, Archons are the backbone. There's not a super great answer for Archons. You can storm them. Zealots, if they get a surround on them, are pretty good. Dragoons can kind of kite them with range, and that's nice. But if you're just kind of face smashing here, the range difference doesn't make all that much of a difference. My God. Big time battles here today. Both players effectively maxed out. Let's see who comes out on top. Once again, Sasin with the better upgrades. 3-2-2 upgrades versus a 3-1-2. So actually not too far behind is Invade. He is doing some catching up. Maybe he's doing that instantaneous upgrade play that we were talking about earlier. And Sasin wins that battle. He's going to maybe continue to try to push up this way. Nah. Pulls back. He's like, I don't have the army to do that. I don't know if that's true, man. Believe in yourself. Every base on the map has been taken now. That's crazy. At 26 minutes. It is easier to take every base on this map than others. Oh, this thing got canceled. Oh, this one's not taken either. Just kidding. There are now 2 bases that have not been taken. There was one earlier when I misspoke, but still. But still. These are on Sasin's side of the map. I don't... So this is Invade's base, and this is probably Sasin's base. Yeah, he had it earlier, and then obviously Invade Zealots came and crushed it. But alrighty then. Where are my Arbiters at? They've been being produced. Guess we find out where the Stargate is. Here's the Stargate. And I swear we've seen an Arbiter made already, and that's a second one, but maybe that's the first one. Oh, no, he's here. Okay, so Arbiter with the army, where it obviously should be. Recall on the way, and if you're going to make Arbiters, you get Stasis, you get Recall. It's like if you're making Defilers, you want to get Plague, you need to get Consume. Upgrades are everything for Spellcasters in StarCraft Brood War, which kind of makes them a little bit harder to use for that reason, but okay, that Arbiter wanders in, gets picked off. Alright, so see, not exactly caring for his Arbiters as well as I'd like him to here today. Yeah, both players getting a bank. Invade has a huge worker advantage, but it doesn't really matter as much in battles like these, where just having better micro, better spellcasting, and better upgrades can help you win something. Where a better economy is not going to help you as much. Some DTs wandering in from Invade, trying to provide some additional swipes here, but there's an observer in the battle, so those guys are dead. And Sasin is down 137 to 145 supply overall. But Sasin looks like he is winning this battle for sure, as Invade is forced to retreat back on home towards his side of the map. Let's see how long it takes for this map to get mined out, I guess is the idea here. Nobody's really been interested in attacking a fortified base today. I guess now that this one's fortified, perhaps it will also not. Another Stargate on the way from Sasin. So maybe multiple Arbiters here, but Arbiters coming in from Invade too. So that's good. I mean, I don't know. So far, this has just been a really good PvP. Some big battles on both sides. Nobody's really back down. Nobody's losing bases here. Invade's lost the most probes, but he's got 90 workers right now, which he's recovered quite nicely from that economic hit. Plus, his upgrades are good. And the other problem with upgrades is once you have 333, you can't get any better than that. And then once your opponent catches up to you, your upgrade advantage is gone. You can never have it again. So that's kind of a frustrating thing. And yeah, it's almost there. Invade just needs his +3 shields, which he's working on right now. Insanely so. Yeah, both players recognizing when they can win a battle and when they can't. They're engaging only when they have a chance to win it. Nice little flank attack from the low ground here, but coming up a ramp is not exactly the best angle to try to invade here from Invade. Haha. Engage here from Invade. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Either way, Sasin, he's interested? Nope, backing out. I feel like he had a decent position there. He had a heavy Dragoon lead, and he's on top of a ramp. And he had, again, high ground advantage. Would have been really nice in that battle, but he's just playing it a little bit too passively there, I think. In my StarCraft opinion, Sasin doesn't even want this base. He just wants to make sure Invade doesn't get it. Because if that happens, then he... Actually, who is... I think Sasin's ahead on economy right now. He's got 1, 2, 3 mining bases. Oh, I guess never took this one, though. Oh, this is so confusing. 3 mining bases. Invade's at 1, 2, 3, sort of 4 mining bases, kind of. Not really, though. For a recall to happen. Like a recall up here could be pretty awesome and devastating. That is one of Invade's most important bases for income right now. Invade's got a big old bank, actually bigger than Sasin's in both gas and minerals. Another ginormous engagement. There you go. Some stasis getting thrown down for the first time today. Does Invade even have stasis? I don't know. They're both providing the cloak, but I think they both have observers in here too, so it's like whatever. Although, did Invade just lose his obs? He might have just lost his obs, which is why he has to retreat. So that's why cloak matters. Is on the off chance that you'll lose your obs, you need to get out of there if the enemy has an arbiter. Unless you just snipe down their arbiter, which is exactly what's happening here. But losing a lot of stuff for it. If you target fire an arbiter, you're not defending yourself against other better, stronger attacks. And suddenly, Invade's going to lose a base. As a result there, he does take down the arbiter, but doesn't matter against this 3-3. Archon Dragoon army. I guess if you could see him, it's better than not being able to see them, but yeah, losing detection there was absolutely brutal. Enemies do come out of stasis. Sasin backing out here a little bit. That High Templar just walks up to an Archon and gets obliterated. And Invade losing an important source of income here. That is really, really big. Come on, Invade. Keep it up. Keep that bank going. I'm rooting for the underdog here. It really does feel like he is not quite as good at StarCraft as Sasin is, but you know what? That's why we play the games. If it was a foregone conclusion every single time who was going to win just because they were better, we wouldn't bother. There's upsets. There are upsets in all sports, ball sports and esports, and that's a big reason we watch, right? If events and conclusions were foregone or just absolutely foretold, and the underdogs never won, would anybody ever watch anything? I don't know that they would. Observer snipe with the storm there. Invade not very happy about that, I don't assume, and just making sure this base doesn't get easily retaken is Sasin. Recall completed, excuse me, from Invade. Invade taking an important source of mineral income to his own income here. Sasin trying to tack up a ramp into a pretty well-fortified position for Invade and decides to back out intelligently. So, really surprised no attacks have been launched on this base that I've seen. I mean, I guess there are a billion cannons, but like, I don't know. There's got to be a way to do something about that. Both players' banks are pretty close here now. Sasin's extra income has really helped, but oh, look at this. Cannons on the high ground, messing with the attempts to mine from this base. 600 IQ play there from Sasin, recognizing what was happening down there and just shutting it down. Absolutely beautiful stuff. He doesn't have a ton of income for himself either. I mean, this base exists, but everything's around 400 minerals. Which is not going to last forever. This base, maybe a little bit more, but not that many probes on it, interestingly enough. Actually, Sasin, I think, sending probes in to free up supply at this stage. He's got 64 probes. And, you know, if you can take down a Nexus while you're at it, it's not a terrible thing, but they can. So all the probes are going to die, but that was Sasin's play anyway. He was just trying to get some value off of them before they went down. Yeah, so I mean, at this stage, bank matters a lot. Ability to mine stuff matters a lot. Nice recall. Oh, a double recall across the sky from Invade. What does it mean? It means he's going to be able to take down this base. This is what I'm talking about. Sasin never did that. Or he hasn't yet, anyway. And that is going to be a dead Nexus. A lot of probes are going to die for Sasin more than he wanted to. And the additional benefit here for Invade is that he's able to take down these cannons and actually mine from this base while he's at it. So High Templar getting some good storms down, that's for sure. Oh, the cannon actually kills that Archon. This Archon is not going to... Is it going to summon? Oh my gosh, it actually summons. Crazy. 9 kills on that. I mean, he's dead. But, you know, got a couple hits off, which is nice. Invade really wants this base, but Sasin really wants him to not have this base. So, revenge. We got a base trade scenario. Bottom right for Sasin goes down. This top side base for Invade gets murderized as well. And Invade's army's kind of just hanging out here because they don't really have enough to deal with all of the cannons scattered around the 6 o'clock base for Sasin. Yeah, I don't know. We could maybe, quite possibly, mine this entire map out. I don't see why at the rate we're going. Or I don't see why not, I suppose, at the rate we're going here. Oh, we're going for it. Okay. I mean, it's not going to work. There's just too many cannons. Oh, there's plus defending High Templar, so it's definitely not going to work now. So yeah, 9 kill Archon cannons are the end of them. Oh, those guys tried to merge, but Sonic Storm killed them both before they could. Tragic story for sure. Sasin making a move at the 12 o'clock. Can he take down cannon enforced base with his units? The answer is yeah. This is pretty much the bulk of his army right now. Some DTs are in here to defend from Invade, but like, not against this many Archons and Dragoons. Definitely not. He wiped out this base too while he was coming through here, and he's taking it from Invade. So Invade needs to make something happen. I do appreciate that he killed that bottom right base. That's fantastic, but he can't just be losing bases left and right here in response because it just makes up for the damage he did previously. A lot of probes are dying here from Invade. He's trying to attack with them. Not exactly the greatest idea. Coming from the south, though, is Invade. Can his Archons get up this ramp while being smashed by enemy Archons? Great eternal question that every Protoss player asks themselves many times a day. Sasin's just winning this, man. I mean, sure, he's only at 138 supply, but Invade's only at 121. He wins the battle, high ground position, and he's just on a rampage now. Sasin might end up losing this top left. Quite possibly. And that might just be it for, I mean, I don't know. Invade has this base. Got this top left base, but for how much longer does he have this top left base? Oh, coming down to maybe retake this one. This is pretty intense. I mean, again, the army supplies are pretty even, so there's really nobody that has a massive advantage here. The banks are pretty close too, although Sasin does have more of a bank here. Extra cannons coming up, and okay, this army more interested in heading down this way to make sure Invade doesn't take this base than he is in killing this top left base of the purple Protoss players. The lying purple people eaters. Alright, Archon down, Archon down. 150 to 132 supply. Invade does have an overall supply lead here. Not much of that is in probes. Well, is it just 333 across? It is. So all the upgrades, we're basically back to 0-0 here. I mean, you're better at, I guess, killing buildings than you are, but other than that, your battles are going to be the same as if you were 0-0. There's really no advantage here at all. And Invade unloads some zealots down here in the bottom right. I guess maybe he was hoping that Sasin had tried to expand here, then he'd shut it down, but nope. No attempts from Sasin to take that base at all. So this is just tight. This is close. I don't know that we've reached Gosu Gamer levels yet. Sasin loses a probe. There's a pylon up here that can be killed by Invade if he's into that sort of thing. We are just even Steven here. They're about even on army supply here. Ah, the sound and smell of Psionic Storm in the morning. Probably a lot of ozone in that, be my guess. Man, Sasin's trying to push, but man, too many zealots here. Dragoons up north holding, still nobody taking this base. And retaking the 12 o'clock here is Invade. Alright, this is very interesting all of a sudden. Sasin's income sources are dwindling a bit. He's effectively got 2 bases. Remember, this one had hundreds, 700s of minerals. Now it's down to, well, closer to 5 or so. And mineral patches have evaporated here as they've been mined out entirely. This base is a little bit maybe oversaturated, but that just means it mines a little bit faster. And still hasn't taken this base. I'm really shocked Sasin has not taken this. I wonder if he's saving it for a rainy day or something. He's going to send a probe up. Invade actually just doesn't have enough money to expand here right now. Man, those banks. Remember when we had 3,000, 4,000 mineral banks? Yeah, those are gone now. The battles have been too continuous and too damaging and just absolutely destroy the economies of both players here. Banks are out, which makes it definitely more interesting. If there aren't any banks, it's a good time. This is tight. I mean, I'll give you that. It's very, very close at the moment. Invade doesn't want this base. He's had the money several times to expand there, and he's just choosing to make stuff instead. So he's up 179 to well, okay. Sasin just made a ton of stuff. He had a big advantage there in army supply, and then Sasin made 4 zealots and 4 high Templar, and actually took, you know, closed that gap a bit. But it's effectively 2 mining bases versus 2 mining bases at the moment. Ah, you're not expanding down here, says Invade. You're gonna make some units to escort that probe down this way, if that's what you're trying to do. Zealot making sure no more cannons get placed in this location to harass this mining spot. It's actually 3. I'm an idiot. This counts as minerals for Invade. So he's got 3 mining bases, and there's only 2 total. Here from Sasin. Still get a little bit of gas from expired assimilators, but that's not expired, actually. We're engaging here again. Great stasis getting tossed down by Sasin. Oh, another great stasis, but this time by Invade. Oh, so many of these units are just stuck. just stuck in place. They're kind of providing a bit of a bottleneck for Sasin to try to come up this ramp. It's not working out particularly well for him, but he's just got enough stuff here. The Zealots are pushing their way through. Dragoons on the backside are backing it up. There's not a lot of Dragoons here from Invade's army right now, though. And suddenly Invade getting crushed. Reinforcing DTs trying to come in, but there is an observer, which is getting spotted here. 2 observers, actually, for Sasin. And that might have just been the battle that won it. Geared forward Sasin. Actually, no. Okay, yeah. Sasin, his reinforcements come out of the stasis. Oh, detection is a problem. Did they just kill both of Sasin's observers? They did. Fantastic. That actually forces Sasin back despite the fact that he has a superior army. He's just blindly storming into this because that's all he can do right now. And where'd the Arbiter go? Never mind, Cloak is gone. Three mining bases. Sasin never took this one. I don't know why. He's not able to take this bottom right base either. DT wanders down to clear this bottom right out. So it seems like I need this base all of a sudden. I'm here to tell you. I need it. Sasin staging attack on this 12 o'clock base from Invade. Can he get through all this number of cannons? Oh, it's an Artosis Pylon. If you kill this pylon, all these cannons go down, but against cannons, when you have full upgrades, it's not going to go very well for you. But the flank attack from the backside, and Fade coming in to try to fight with the cannons a little bit, but cannons are down, actually distracting the Zealots, going after the probes now, though. Trying to push in is Invade and save this base. Beautiful storm, doesn't catch the Observer. Observer's a little bit very injured, but not dead quite yet. No, not enough. Sasin is going to take this base down. Does he have enough to kill the top left is the question. He's got reinforcements coming across as fast as they can go. This base is mined out anyway. It's a depleted geyser, and there's only 200 minerals left in a single mineral patch there. The 12 o'clock had more for Invade, but it's dead now. Bottom right, solely held by Mr. Sasin and his Dark Templar. This is bonkers. This is definitely a great game. Both players taking so many hits. Sasin has enough money to expand. Does he want to take this base? Are there enough minerals to make it worth it? He's got, yes, definitely. About 1,700 gas is nothing to sneeze at either. Twelve zealots at a time from Sasin. He's up 161 to 108 supply. I just do not see a path forward here from Invade at all. Yeah, I gotta say, it's not over yet, but I don't know that this fits my definition of a Gosu game. It's really good. It is. It's a very good back and forth, long macro PvP with a lot of great play in it, but nothing about this tells me it belongs in the Gosu Gamers replay pack, which has happened sometimes. There have been about 2 or 3 replays thus far where I've just been like, I don't know why this is Gosu. And it's just a question of opinion, I suppose. Yeah, man, Invade, I don't see a path forward here for you, buddy. He does make sure Sasin doesn't get this, which counts. It counts for something. Sasin's sending some zealots to the south. Whatever plans they're trying to pull off, I don't know. Trying to sneak down, maybe win this fight. No, they're splitting off. Heading the other way here. Ooh, mining out down here to the south is mining out. 84 minerals there. 156 minerals there. We're down to the one base, which is also mining out for Sasin, which is why he needed another one. He took this one instead of the 12 o'clock, which I think, yeah, I guess there's maybe more minerals here than at the 12 o'clock, but the difference is not exactly stark. There aren't a ton of minerals at any base on the map right now. The most actually might be down here. So gonna try to win a Zealot on Zealot battle right now, and no! Sasin wins it with a single Zealot coming out on top. Holds the bottom right. There is a probe in the neighborhood that could expand over there with the 700 minerals in the bank. Invade, this is his final battle. Invade, he needs to win this and kill this base or he's done. So once again, storming each other's obs pretty effectively. Coming in from the south, Invade has another one at the back. Another observer goes down. Arbiter to the south trying to provide some cloaking. Nope, that's dead. No cloaking, just fighting this thing. Protoss to Protoss. Zealot to Zealot, Archon to Archon, and Sasin just wins that battle. He had the numerical advantage there. It is 130 to 68 now. It's worse now. And Invade does end up leaving the game. Sasin is your winner in 50 minutes and 8 seconds. So yeah, I'm not going to tag that one Gosu, but it's really good. It is definitely a very good PvP here on Katrina. Amazing. Good stuff. Look, Sasin, he had the advantage early. He got up, he teched up faster, he had upgrades faster. At the end of the game, it didn't matter. But his ability to make sure that the income of Invade is not quite up to his, killing the 12 o'clock, killing this base at least once, killing this base, I think, a couple times. And then, sure, this was denied. Invade did deny this bottom right-hand base, but he never took it himself. So it didn't matter as much. Denying income but not taking it. And then he never took this. I'm really shocked to see never, ever tried to take this one. It is don't. So yeah, Storms, Archons galore, some good drops in there, but in the end, Sasin is your winner. 534,000 points for Sasin, 512,000 for Invade. Big time numbers here. Hundreds of units died. Killed way more, lost fewer. That's going to be your ball game right there when it comes down to a map this long, where the numbers are pretty much even. Both players made the same number of buildings, killed a few more. Sasin did. Some of those are nexuses, obviously. And then resources outspent. Invade outspent Sasin, actually, by about 10,000 resources. Interesting. Mined more minerals and more gas. Just better positioning, better micro there from Sasin. That is how a lot of the time, again, especially mirror matches are determined, is by better micro, better decision-making, and in battles especially. Can you snipe the other's observer? Can you do some better stasises? Can you dodge storms? It's a lot of stuff to pay attention to, but the better player came out on top here. So good stuff. Good stuff indeed. And that right there is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.